There was a time you waited for that text. You checked your phone. You questioned your worth. And then, silence. Nothing. Now suddenly, they're back. Hey. How have you been? As if they never left. Before you respond, understand this. This is not about kindness. It's not about closure. It's about power. 1. Understand why they're texting now. When someone breaks the silence on their terms, it means they believed. You would wait. You would remain available. You would still care. Let that sink in. They didn't reach out when you were struggling with confusion. They reached out now because they assume you've forgiven them silently. But silence isn't forgiveness. It's growth. It's the Stoic man's tool of power. And now you get to decide. Do I feed their ego or end their illusion of control? 2. Your mindset must shift. Stoic philosophy. Epictetus said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgments about them." This person left. That's the fact. They returned. That's another fact. What matters is your interpretation. Old version of you. Overthinks. Wants answers. Hopes for rekindling. Stoic you. Accepts the silence. Understands human behavior. Does not seek closure because he already moved forward. 3. How to reply and break their ego, step by step. Step 1. Delay your response. Let it sit for hours, a full day if needed. This shows you're no longer on their leash. Your time is your power now. They expect the old you to jump. They need to feel the cold pause before your words arrive. Step 2. Respond with indifference. No emojis, no excitement, no warmth. Them. Hey stranger. You. Hope you're doing okay. Them. Been a while, miss talking to you. You. Yeah, life's been busy. Take care. These replies burn because they show you're no longer emotional real estate they can move into freely. You've built walls, not for isolation, but for protection. Step 3. Don't ask why they disappeared. Asking, why did you ghost me? Does 3 things. 1. Signals you were hurt. 2. Signals you were waiting. 3. Gives them power to justify their behavior. Never seek explanations from someone who already explained themselves through their absence. A Stoic doesn't beg for closure. He becomes the storm they should have never abandoned. Step 4. Mirror their energy, then reduce it. If they send 3 sentences, you send 1. If they're overly sweet, stay neutral. Why? Because nothing disrupts a manipulator's control more than being met with someone they can't influence emotionally. This unnerves them. It shatters their sense of importance. It tells them, you are no longer the same man they once had control over. 4. Why this Stoic approach works. Let's break down what this reply strategy does to their ego. Destroys familiarity. They thought they knew you. Now, you're unpredictable. Strips power. Their return was meant to feel like a favor. You turned it into a consequence. Raises your value. The more indifferent you are, the more they chase, not the other way around. Silence makes them wonder. Neutrality makes them insecure. Your calmness becomes their chaos. 5. Bonus replies. That carry Stoic power. Want a few direct Stoic-style responses to keep in your arsenal? 1. Minimal acknowledgement. Glad you're doing okay. Say nothing more. 2. Cold closure. Not sure what you're looking for, but I've moved on. Wishing you the best. Unblock. Send. Block again. 3. Complete power silence. Read it. Say nothing. Ever. Because some replies are earned, and they lost that privilege. 6. When to respond and when to ignore. Completely respond. If you truly don't feel any emotional attachment, you want to observe their behavior from a distance, with no hope, just strategy. You want to display your evolution. Ignore if you still secretly crave them. You know they're emotionally manipulative. They're testing to see if they can re-enter, not reconnect. A Stoic knows when a reply is a message, and when silence is the message. 7. Their ego. After your reply. Here's what happens after your cold, detached, minimal reply. They question their hold over you. They stalk your social media. They send another text, longer this time. Or they vanish again, because they didn't come back with good intentions. And you remain still, unbothered, above it. Be the man they can't manipulate anymore. You don't reply to feel better. You reply to reflect your growth. You don't reply to punish them. You reply because you've mastered detachment. And sometimes, the most powerful message you can send is, I don't need you anymore. Because when you reply like a Stoic, they don't just regret leaving. They regret ever thinking they could come and go as they pleased. Remember, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Marcus Aurelius. They come back. You don't chase. You don't rage. You respond with wisdom, silence, and power. Subscribe for more powerful Stoicism and psychology. Comment Stoic if you agree.